Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guests, interviews, spotlighting local businesses to cover important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.kbob899.com, or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, February 12th, 2025. And we are live every Wednesday right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them. You can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, it's the medical report with Dr. Andre Perdue. Our topic is going to be mental and physical health and the new administration changes.
Yeah, we got to get our mind right. Also on the show, Mayor Monroe Nichols. We'll find out how his transition has been and what the latest news at the city of Tulsa.
And of course, our Hump Day Hot Topics, which are Super Bowl 59 halftime performance by Kendrick Lamar, some say was trash, others say was epic. We're going to talk about it. We're also going to ask you, do you have your real ID? Your time is running out. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. Damali, you got your seatbelt?
I got my seatbelt. I'm ready.
I got mine. We'll be right back, y'all.
36th Street North Event Center and 75 North presents Jay Friday and Friends Live, the Love in the Air Show, with special guests Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kevin Reynolds, Kobe Jordan, Demetrius Proctor, 75 North Band, and more. Friday, February 14th, bringing the city out for a night of love. So fellas, grab your significant other and meet us at the 36th Street North Event Center. VIP reserved tables include catered food, complimentary drinks, and Valentine's treats for her. Available for couples or groups up to 8 and on sale right now at J Friday and Friends V-Day.eventbrite.com. You can also get your general admission ticket at Starship Muse, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fashion Fever, and online at Ticketstorm.com. So don't miss it. Jay Friday and Friends Live, and it's gonna get real intimate. Valentine's night, February 14th. See you there.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night.
Bingo!
And the money right.
Bingo!
It's bingo night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night. Every first and third Thursday, starting February 4th, it's Bingo Night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo Night. Bingo Nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo Nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy Bingo Nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And Bingo Nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo Nights. Every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements. Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Childress and directed by Frank Gallagher, on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111.
This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast. So the news you can use media network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited, I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I'm also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's happening?
Hey, you know, it's a frozen tundra outside.
You know what? Today must be National Hat Day.
You know?
I have not seen one person without a lid on.
Right.
I ain't gonna call it hat, I'm calling it a lid.
Right.
Everybody got on lids on. So
Man.
today is officially lid day. Everybody got a lid.
Absolutely.
on
And
their
if you
head.
don't have one, then it's a problem.
Man, the weather is
It's
so
bipolar.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
You just don't even know. Yesterday, about this time when I woke up, I had on a tank top.
Don't even brag.
I was basking in the sunlight
Don't brag.
and relaxing
It's not a good
myself.
And while we were here freezing to death.
And now, 24 hours later,
Reality set in.
I'm
right?
here with you, enjoying in on this freezing temperature. Hey,
Yes.
if you are out and about, please be careful because there is still some ice. It seems like the neighborhoods are still a little bit slick, but they're
Just a
pretty
little
good. But on the highway, now let me tell you something. The popos is wrong. I ain't even say the police. I said popos.
Stop it. What
I
they
done
do?
seen about 7 people pulled over.
Yeah. Man.
I'm like, how you gonna hide on an icy day?
I know,
You gonna
right?
make somebody slide off the road and then blame them turning your lights on.
Yeah, that's just childish.
Hey, let me tell you,
Where's
Lieutenant
the
Sanders,
Lord
I'm
Sanders?
gonna
I
talk
know,
to him
right?
about that. Hey, they hide. I'm telling you about 7 people. Well, maybe they need to.
To
Because with
slow
weather
people
like
down,
this,
yeah.
we don't want nobody having no
No,
accidents
we don't,
out there.
we
So
don't.
y'all be careful out there,
Yeah.
y'all. We got a great show. It's a little chilly outside, but it's warm in here.
Mm-hmm.
We got a loaded show. It's a lot of people already on. I'm gonna do some shout outs in a minute. We're gonna talk about our weekend. Damali, what's up with your weekend? What you do?
Well, so first of all, before we even get into talking
Let's
about the
do that.
weekend, let's go ahead and we have a special guest in studio,
We
and we'll
do.
talk about the special guest in a little bit, but we want him to be able to join in on the conversation. So we got Mr. Jay Friday, our friend, our brother,
yes.
in the building.
I am here.
You is here.
Yes, ma'am.
You is here.
I'm as here.
Yeah, so Jay is back with us, and he's gonna hang with us today,
I'm
right?
hanging all day.
All day,
All
okay.
day long.
We up in
On the
this
show.
thing.
On
We
the
in this
show.
thing.
Big
Okay.
stuff was going on in there. We're gonna
Big
jump
stuff
on
is
in there,
going
but
on.
we want to let the folks know that you are here because I had about 200-300 people texting me this morning.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't gonna be telling you nothing.
Right.
And we got about 3,000
You gonna be
people on the
able to
live.
see
Just
for
on the
yourself.
live, so they hear. But we are gonna have a good time.
Yes.
We're gonna laugh, we're gonna get you some real information.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make it happen. So
Yeah.
we in here.
So first thing we're going to talk about is Black History Saturdays. That was something that we did on Saturday before you took off. Black History Saturday was a total success.
Yes, it was.
We had the mayor in the building. National Geographic was in the building. We had about 300 applicants. People signed up for year number 3. Over at EduRec. So we're super excited about that. National Geographic, Christy Williams, shout out to Christy,
Man.
doing a phenomenal job with that program. But she made an announcement that National Geographic has given her $100,000
Man, that's a
to
lot
be
of-
able to do her program. We are so excited because you guys don't know the struggle that it's been
Right.
to be able to offer this program for free. But you know what? We're a resilient community. Our community has stepped up to the plate.
Right.
And they, for the last 2 years, they have supported, different companies and organizations
Right.
within our
Good
community
stuff.
have supported. And then, of course, we donate in space, so you're not having to pay a huge amount of money for space and all of that. So it just kind of all worked out. We just worked together as community, and the efforts did not go in vain because now National Geographic are saying, hey, we see you and we want to support what you're doing.
And since they pulled up in representation of them, I got on the National Geographic hat.
Yes.
I got on the National Geographic hoodie.
Yes.
I am National
You got the
Geographic.
swag.
In a minute, I go grab an alligator or something. You know what I'm talking about? I'm thinking on National Geographic, they have you all
Don't
over
do
the
it.
country.
Yes.
And I done figured out, this is just my 2 cents, my little take to my life. I done figure
Yes.
out what makes black people all become very successful. Is the minute you take something from them or tell them what they can't do.
Right. Oh,
Because,
yeah.
you know, the government
Yeah.
said, you know,
Yeah.
we are
As
not.
soon as you say.
We are not going to celebrate Black History this year. That's what the government said.
And what did we say?
We had
got a school.
Had 350 people sign up to come out. You know,
Yeah.
so y'all keep doing good. It was a phenomenal day for everybody that came out, to all of the teachers from National Geographic themselves. The food.
Amazing. Chef Chad Cherry.
Chef Chad
killed
did his
it.
thing. The food
Yes.
was good. The vibes was good.
Yes.
It was a lot of people out. So for everybody that showed up, man, we appreciate it. I know everybody learned something.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a great time.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, make sure that if you have not signed up for Black History Saturdays, I'm telling you, my grandkids went to Black History Saturdays this week, and they had a blast. So, just sign up, go have a good time, and learn something in the process.
I'm going to tell you something that was a highlight for me as well was the mayor came out.
Yeah.
And gave a really, really good speech.
Yes.
As to how he views Black history, and Black History Saturday and all those things that are going on. And I thought that was really, really good for him to come out, hang out and all of that good stuff. So from the top to the bottom, hey, we showed up and showed out. Shout out to Kevin Ferguson that pulled up and hung out with us a little bit too.
Yes,
So it was just
security.
solid all the way around.
Yeah.
And remember, the second Saturday of every month,
Yeah.
from 9 to 3, we will be at Edgerake 5424 North Madison Avenue, because we're going to celebrate Black history all year.
That's right.
Remember that.
All right, check this out. Team Damali.
See that? I knew that was coming.
Team Damali. Where's Michael Brewer at? Michael, are you on here?
Yeah,
I
he
think
been
I
on
saw
here.
Eagles fly.
Man.
But Team Damali, we always got to do something to kind of keep things spicy.
Right, just a little bit.
But Charles, I'm going to say Charles is true to the game, because he said, I'm going to go with my Dallas Cowboys, and if they fail me,
Right.
I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs. So he wrote that out all the way to the end. So, of course, I had the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Eagles did what they came to do. They handled business.
I know. I was rolling with 2 teams.
Yeah.
I rode with them all the way to the end of the rainbow, and there was no goal there. There was nothing there. It wasn't even a sandwich. Jay Friday? No. If you go laugh, Jay, who did you go for? Who you rocking with?
Man, you gonna okay. I was going with.
Hey, Jay, we'll put the.
I was going with the Ravens. I was going with the Ravens. I wasn't going. That ain't got. Yeah.
Right.
I was going with
so
the
since
Ravens.
they didn't make it, it's like it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter
Yeah,
at
it didn't
all.
matter. Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah.
love the Ravens too, but they're
Yeah.
like Heartbreak Hotel. Man.
They really, man, that last little game stressed me out because I was so hype at
Right,
the end of
right.
it, and then boom.
He was like, what happened?
He
Right.
took the ball and gave it right to,
Yeah.
and he was like, you know what, I don't feel like
you know
going
what?
after
I
that.
don't feel like going any further than I did last year.
I must admit that this was one football season.
Yes.
At the beginning, you didn't know who was going to win it. It was
Yeah.
that
Right.
close because San
Right.
Fran was hot. I mean, and the Vikings was hot.
Oh,
you know,
man.
Look,
And,
Angie said Chiefs all day. She said she
Nah,
don't care nothing about
Sorry, Angie.
Yeah.
Last year. We'll talk about that next year.
Right, next year.
you know what to be. I was JB. Who was you going with, man? Did you go with Pat Mahomes or did you go with your boy Hurts? Who were you running with?
Neither one of them. I didn't have no dog in the fight. So.
You didn't have
No dog in the fight, so you didn't care. Did you go to a Super Bowl party?
Yeah, a little kickback at the crib, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Barbecue, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Have
you
some
didn't even
pork
give me
chops.
a real. Oh, 'cause you had pork chops. You know
Little
what I'm
something.
Man, I was telling Charles the other day. I said, man, the Super Bowl actually then turned into a real life holiday.
Right.
Now you get to
Right.
cook and you get
Right.
to invite everybody over to the house. You ain't got no team in the
Right.
thing, but you still gonna celebrate the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Like we up in this thing.
Right,
You going
right,
for nobody.
right,
And
nobody.
then some people get confused and delusional because I'm riding down the road and somebody like, how about them Cowboys?
Right.
I'm like, you better cut that out right now. Now, I love the Cowboys
Right.
too, but can we please
Yeah.
not yell out, how about them
Right.
Cowboys right now?
Listen, so I had 2 people that we put our little deal on the.
I'm gonna put the camera on us so we
yeah.
can, because you cool with your little hat on.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Shine.
I'm trying to do a little something. You know what I'm
Try
saying?
something.
Today. Yeah.
Come on with it.
But we had 2 ladies that came out and just said, yes, I'm on Team Damali. So shout out to Kim Hamilton and Angie Craven for being on my team. I got some swag for y'all. Y'all inbox me y'all t-shirt sizes, and I got something for you.
Today is not a good day.
Right.
You see all that energy? You
Yeah.
see the vibe? You see what's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on?
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
telling
see
people?
where we
Win. This is what I've been hearing about all weekend, but I'm not a sore loser.
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to Kansas City, though. It's
I
kind of
don't
like
know. It was like I
they
expected a better game,
did-
though. I really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did. I really did expect a better game. So I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It's just
Angie,
like,
what happened to your team?
Yeah, because it's like they just didn't even show up
Right.
to the party. So
Yeah.
it was bad.
Either
y'all.
they didn't show up or somebody came prepared.
Right.
Somebody did their homework.
Angie said if we don't win another game, we done won enough.
No, for real.
You know what? You got a good point there.
Well,
Right,
I
you
guess
got a
that's
good
what
point.
Dallas Cowboys thought.
right.
Sorry.
30 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
30
well, yeah,
years
we
ago.
gotta
They
figure it
won several
Like,
of
we
them.
was
They
in
like,
that
"You know
thing."
what? We won enough. Y'all
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
just go on ahead.
But the main person we got to give a shout out to is Michael Brewer.
Michael Brewer,
He's the most faithful
the
Eagle
ultimate
fans
Eagles
that I know.
fan.
Every
Yes.
time I see
Come
this
on.
brother, he
Let's
got
go.
on a hoodie, a hat,
It's
a
not a
glove.
game.
That's for real.
It's not a game.
So he do it. So oh, he was texting me.
He's
I
flying.
didn't. I
He's
never
flying
did text
always.
him back, so.
All right. So yesterday, we're gonna talk about this right now.
Okay.
So the national anthem. No, it wasn't yesterday. This was
Monday.
Monday. So my two buddies that are sitting here with me today, they actually flew to Miami because Jay got to sing the national anthem. And let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all what I did. He's up here singing. I'm supposed to be recording it so that I can do a little post, right?
Right.
I'm never hollering and screaming like, yes, Jay, hit
Right.
them notes, you know?
I think what we only going to backtrack a little bit because we got so
Yeah.
many people on the live. It is like so many people on. I want you to give them a chance to just tell them a little bit about yourself
Yes.
first, and then we'll roll into the big event that you had. Where you from? Who your people?
My name is Jay Friday.
That ain't your government name.
My government name is Jamil Friday.
You see, he changed his voice.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's yeah. But my name is Jamil Friday. I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, North Side to be exact. I grew up
Okay.
off of Pine and Peoria and Pine and Peoria. No, Pine and Cincinnati. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's where I grew up at, and a proud representative of
Yeah.
North Tulsa.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. What school you go to?
I went to Tulsa Central.
Okay.
Central.
yeah.
Is
That's
that the
what's up.
Braves?
That's the Braves.
Yeah.
Hey, so when I was singing the national anthem, all of the Central Braves that was watching it, at the end of the
In the home of the Braves?
when you say "and the home of the," everybody say "Braves."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
amazing.
It's- you got to
dope.
experience
I
that, huh?
love
Yeah,
it. I
yeah.
love it.
But yeah,
So you got the opportunity to go to Miami. So Miami is my spot. I love Miami. I'm
Right.
just gonna say that right now. But for you to go to Miami, to be in front of all of those people, to sing the national anthem, like first of all, how did you get the gig, and then what was the experience like for you?
so I have a buddy that I had the pleasure of meeting about 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
When I met him, it was like instant. You know what I mean? It was like we became brothers instantly. But
That's
he
cool.
always told me, man, you a star, bro. Like
Man.
You are.
like you. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
But he always told me, bro, you a star, man. And man, the only thing you missing is the world seeing it, man. That once the world see it, bro, you got it. He said, if I ever get the opportunity to give you the opportunity, I'm gonna throw that alley hoop, man. I got you. I promise.
Bro.
And he kept his word. He kept
That
his word.
is so awesome to
yeah.
have a friend like that that's gonna put you on.
Right.
Because people say stuff,
Right.
and then when
right.
they
They
get the
don't follow
opportunity,
through.
they be like, "Oh
Right.
man, well, see what had
Yeah,
happened
see
was
what happened. I forgot when
Yeah,
I got up
yeah.
there. But no, he got there, and I'm telling you, the very first time that he was able to look out for me, he did it, and I mean the rest is history. And,
Yes.
and I mean I developed a relationship with him
Yeah.
through God. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
through God because
Yes.
I met him, and. I mean, you could just everything is genuine with him.
Yeah.
And his name is Vincent Pace.
Yes.
Vincent Pace. He happens
Vincent
to
Pace.
be the mascot for the
Yes.
Miami Heat.
Hey, shout out to him, man.
That's
And,
it.
yeah.
And
So
let me tell you this. Let me tell you, I saw him dancing.
yeah.
I was like, okay, you know
Yeah.
that's a brother.
Oh
right?
yeah,
'cause
oh yeah,
it
oh
was
yeah,
getting. I
oh
was like,
yeah.
come on now,
Man, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he's really a blessed. He's
Yeah.
really good at what he do. Me and Charles, when we seen him and he
Man.
put on that put on a suit,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he turned into that character, and it's like it's a blessing. Like I
Yes.
don't know, he's really talented. He's
I
really
saw you
talented.
dancing with him.
Right.
Yeah. He had you out there. I was like,
Right.
look at Jay.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that was how I got it, and he like I said, he threw me the alley hoop, and I got to talk to the it's the talent managers over there, and I mean they fell in love with me as well. So I mean, and they're great people. my family now, our family.
Yeah.
Um,
So this is the deal, and I say this all the time when we're on the show. Tulsa has so many artists here that we just need a spotlight, to, and a platform to showcase those artists, right? And so you are one of those folks that I love some Jay Friday,
right?
Like anything you do, yes, I'm like, hey, we need to try to pull up,
yes,
because you just, and that's true,
right?
When he says that you're genuine, when he says that you have this talent, you do. You're funny.
Yes,
like every time we supposed to be doing something, we working, we cracking up.
Right,
we did bingo the other day,
and it was amazing.
Yes,
it was
so
amazing.
we had a blast.
Yes.
Let me do this. I'm gonna go to the live for a little bit because there's so many people on, and then I got a question when I come back. But quick shout out to Jamel Barnes.
Jamel
Crash.
Barnes.
Yeah. You thought you were gonna welcome to the show, Crash. You got a special announcement with him coming up. Your mom, my mom is
hey,
on.
Mommy.
Crash said, "What's up, family? All love." Also, Mr. Energizer down there in the J-Bone Lounge,
what's happening?
Jacksonville, Arkansas. Phil Tatra, welcome to the show.
Phil, I ain't seen him in a while.
Ernestine Broom, that's fitting back
Hey,
in.
Miss
Royalty,
Broom.
our mom, we love her. How you doing today? Uncle Brian.
Hey, Uncle Brian.
He said, congratulations to the Eagles.
Yeah.
They were the better team. The Chiefs will be back. Bank on it. I would bank on they will be back.
Right.
My partner, Sharma, welcome to the show. He's in the building. He way from over in a whole other country, halfway around the world.
Yes.
So we local, national, and international.
That's
Mr.
right.
Eli Grayson is
Hey,
in the
brother,
building.
what's happening?
Welcome to the show. We got Lori A. Campbell.
Hey, cousin,
Your
what's
cousin,
happening?
my cousin, Demaria Monday.
Hey, sis.
She's in here. Cecil Parker, Mr. CP
Hey,
from
Cecil.
St. Louis is in here. I knew Michael was in here. Eagles all day. He flying. He all over Tulsa flying
Exactly.
around. You better sit down before your wing get caught up somewhere. Angela Dixon Walker, our sister,
Hey,
welcome
sister.
to the show. Angela Davis Smith.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. And many, many more. I'm going to come back to the live. But, man, we got the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jay Friday in here. Jay Friday.
Yes, sir.
My question is, you just don't end up showing out in the middle of the Miami Heat with all them banners up and all this going on and the stars are out. You just don't end up there, man. Tell the people a little bit about your upbringing because people been texting me, man, I thought he was a comedian.
Right.
Man, I thought he was a dancer. Wait, did he sing at your birthday party?
Right,
Well, who
right.
is this masked
Bro,
man?
he's like a Jamaican. He got many jobs.
Jay
So
Friday.
that was an A, B, C,
There was a whole lot going on.
Right.
all of the above.
All of
actually.
the above.
Yes,
I said,
yes,
just wait.
yes.
So, Jake, just go back a little bit, man.
Yes, sir.
Just go back a little bit and be like, man, I don't know how I end up singing and being a comedian doing this. Give people a little bit of the backstory.
I
man.
really don't know how I end up singing, and I really don't. It was some. Let's just say it was a God-given talent.
Right.
Everything. I've always been funny. I don't try to be.
That's the best. That's the funniest people. Is
Right.
people who don't
Jay,
try.
when he walk in, people just start laughing.
Yeah, just
For
start
nothing.
laughing.
He be like, I ain't said nothing yet.
Not
You just
taking it serious. I'm like, oh no, I'm serious. Man, I'm trying to. So with the comedy part of it, that was not intentional. Singing, I started singing when I was in 9th grade with a group of guys. That's how I started singing. I didn't know I could sing. My family always laughed at me when I started. And then I guess when I got on the stage, they was like, wait. Yeah,
What did your mama say? I want to know what mama said.
Man, so look, I sung for my sister one time, and my sister told my mom, man, Jay can really sing. She was like, no, he can't. She's like, yeah, he can. So I sung for my mama and my brother one day. And I'll never forget this. We were in the kitchen, and she said, sing something then. And I said, okay, I got you. So I started singing. The song I sung was, been in love a time before, yeah, but it didn't work out right. They busted out laughing so hard. I'm talking about they was cracking up, falling, knocking pans down. She was in the middle of cooking. So they was cracking up. They were like, you can't sing. And I was like, well, I can't. But, I got to Central High School, and we were all in a circle singing. The music teacher heard me sing, and she said, oh, my God, you have a gift.
Wow.
So we going to put that on display, and I want you to be a part of my show choir.
Oh,
So,
wow.
okay. So from the rest is history.
Oh,
You
We
kept
wow.
on, you kept
Absolutely.
going. And let me just do this. I got to do it. Big. So Jay called me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure JB switches. I'm gonna be the cameraman next week. But Jay called me and was like, man, big bro, what's up? Because me and Jay been hooked up
Right.
at least 13
Right,
years.
right.
Yeah, it's
We
been a
hooked
long
up and
time.
we tried to bring the little kids out to do a
Right.
junior
Yeah,
party.
and, yeah,
You
that
know, that was
didn't
our
work too
first
well.
interaction. And 100 showed up, but boy, it was the percolator was going down. But
my
then we ain't
goodness.
gonna talk.
Yeah.
But anyway, he called and said, man, I got this thing, man. Miami Heat, man, it's gonna be the Boston Sectors, man, playing the Heat, man. I got to sing, man.
Yeah.
You want to roll with a brother?
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
You know how
Of course I
when you're a
wanna
brother,
go.
you got to stay
Yeah.
cool. I was like, yeah, man, what's going on? Let me
Yeah, he
see.
sure did. It
Yeah, I
real
mean-
cool. I mean, if that's what you want to do. Shut up. You know you want to go.
Man, quit playing and come on. But I'm just gonna say it's one of my best experiences. And I just say a lot of times brothers can't get together and do
Right.
stuff
Right.
like
Right.
that. But
Right.
Jay and I is the example of just brothers that have been hooked up in the community for about 13 years. And no matter what we have, he shows up, we show up for him, and it's just been a beautiful relationship.
Right.
The thing about that is the same energy that I received from Vince and you and him. It was the exact same. It was like love. Like
Yeah.
it was all love from the jump. But
Yeah.
he told me, I don't think we can do what you're looking to do, but I will donate something towards it.
Yeah.
And he looked out for me. I
Yeah.
mean, and that was genuine. That was, and then we've been locked in ever
Yeah,
since.
yeah,
That,
yeah, yeah.
that's my buddy. That's
Yeah.
my big brother now.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? So,
yeah.
and it really this past weekend that we hung out, man. Oh man, it's over with.
That's
it's
awesome.
over with.
That is
Over with.
awesome.
Yeah, we ate, we laughed, we talked,
Yeah.
we chatted. But I'll just say this, man, because you might have to give him a little bit. Jay, man, his gift is just so different. And I'll just say this because his voice, he just sound like Jay Friday.
Right.
You know how people oh, he sound like Luke. Oh, that's old Jaheim right there.
Yeah.
Jay just sound. Now, I'm with him,
Yeah.
and I'm watching the people dance. I'm watching the players come in. I'm looking at Jason Tatum and all of that. They come to Jay. And he just come like this all the time. Like ain't nothing going on. Hey man, when the girls finish, I'm gonna bring you out. You're gonna get to center court. We're gonna run through it. You're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They running them. I mean, it's a lot of energy, fire blowing everywhere. It's a whole lot going on. We all behind the scenes.
They are the
separate.
Heat,
Right,
you know.
I mean, a lot going on. So then, man, but here's the ticket that got me. So Jay got the microphone, and Jay was like, hey, you want me to sing the whole thing? Just a little bit? He said, no, go and sing the whole thing. And I turned when he started singing, I didn't even know. I thought they
Yeah.
was playing something over the intercom. I was
He's like, who's singing?
Right.
Jay, you got to get him at least.
on, man.
You at least got to give people 30 seconds, man. We got like 3,000
Okay,
people.
here we
Just he.
I had to clear my throat a little
Okay,
bit.
okay, here we go.
When I start, I always close my eyes a little bit so I don't look at all the people. So I say, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Is that 30 seconds?
No,
No,
go a little
okay.
bit more.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming.
That's 30 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
30 seconds.
okay,
That's,
okay,
now,
okay.
no, I knew it. No.
Hey, look, get to
We
that
got
one
an
part.
event that's coming up. You come to the event this Friday, he
Right.
might give you the rest of it. But let me tell you something. When
Okay, that's what's
Yeah, look.
That's
and it was a whole
okay,
body.
yeah, man.
Bring it all the way back.
That was perfect.
But anyway, we got something else special coming up with Jay
Yes.
this Friday. We ain't
Yes.
gonna get into that
Yeah, we'll
right
talk
now.
about
We're
it
gonna get
later.
into that on the back end. But we just want to bring you on. If you go to World One Development, if you go to Jay Friday page, what's your Facebook page and your
Jamil
Instagram?
Friday on Facebook, J Friday Music on Instagram, and J Friday Music on everything else.
Just like that, man.
Yes.
And I posted a lot on my Facebook as well. It went live. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a real quick break because it is the second Wednesday of a month, and you know what we already do, but we're gonna take a real quick break. The man, the myth, the legend, the other one, he's in the building, y'all.
Yep,
I thought he
yep,
wasn't
yep.
gonna make it, but he maybe put my coat in the car and said, man, watch yourself.
Right.
So
I'm
we're gonna
in the
get to
building.
that next. World One Development News for you. Charles and Damali. Coming up next, the medical report, y'all.
Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Childress and directed by Frank Gallagher on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo. It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Thursday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25, and you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available, and bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
So the news you can use is brought to you by Couples and Cocktails. February 14th in Oklahoma City, starring Keith Washington, special guest pianist Ben Tankard, Michael Fields Jr., Sarah Nicole, Jermaine Mundane, and more. Hosted by comedian Shucky Ducky. If you want tickets, go to couplesandcocktails.com. You can take your friends and family, especially the wife. All you got to do is call 877-851-0289 or go to couplesandcocktails.com and get your tickets.
Chilling on the corner in my 6th fault. Hypertension and stress. I don't need no more. 1, 2, 3 into the fault. The doctor's at the door, ready to make an entrance. The doctor's in. Doctor, please help us save the world. Oh, yeah. It's time for the medical report with Dr. Andre Perdue. Right here, right now, with Charles and Damali on World One Development's News You Can Use. What's up, Doc?
Love it. That is a classic drop right there.
That is a classic drop.
Yes, love
Hey,
it.
the doctors is in the building, y'all.
Yes. So, Doc, how have you been?
Man,
You know, just working hard. I'm glad that I was able to get in today. It was a struggle.
Yes.
But, you know, I think it's as important as it is for me to be in the hospital. It's also important for me to talk to our people in our community, our listeners about the most common and the most recent medical conditions. So.
Yes. Well, we appreciate it. We're glad you are here.
y'all
Glad
just
you
don't know.
stayed on in.
I had sped up like a little class I had did because if he didn't make it, and the way it was coming together, he kept trying
So
to coach me through it.
You got the M.
We
but
was
not
on the
D.
Zoom. We was on the Zoom, and he acted like the Zoom was breaking up.
Right.
So I said he probably coming because now he's like, it just don't look like you gonna quite get this one.
Yeah.
I think I need to be there for the community. I've been there for 4 years. I need to be there today.
Right.
So Doc, hey community, look, hey, he on call today. It's a lot going on, but look, he made a sacrifice in the effort to get here.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great show and jump into it. But I know we got the Black History trivia question.
Yes.
That we're gonna do first.
Yes,
So
so
don't start Googling. Just get your
Don't start
thinking
Googling.
cap
So
on.
let's do this
Okay.
real quick. And this is great.
We're gonna get
because
to the
Doc
show.
will be on it. Okay. Black History Trivia. Question. Has a black female NFL coach ever won the Super Bowl? And if so, who was it? Your choices are, look at Jay looking at me.
I'm like,
A, no. B, yes, and Jennifer King. C, yes, and Autumn Lockwood. Or D, there are not black female NFL coaches. Everybody's stunned. I love it. Look
I know.
at everybody.
And JB got that right there. This makes all the dramatic, and you're
Right.
like, I don't know, and it go boom. So
You want me to read it again?
Yeah, and bring the drama too. Like, yeah. We ready. One more time.
One more time.
I got my
Okay,
thinking cap
Here we
on.
go. This is a question. Has there ever been a black female NFL coach who won the Super Bowl? And if so, who was it? Your options are A, no, there has never been. Or B, yes, and the name Jennifer Keene. C, yes, and Autumn Lockwood. Or D, there are not black female NFL coaches.
I know y'all special guests, but I'm throwing y'all under the bus today. My bad on the hump day.
So Michael is saying
Michael?
C.
Michael said C.
Michael said C.
Uncle Brian got B.
Uncle Brian said B.
Guess who on the live?
Who's
None
on
other
live?
than KJ. None
KJ,
other than K.
what's
Jizzle.
happening?
Man,
He
how
said
cold
C.
is it in Minnesota? He all the way on from the Twin Cities, man. Welcome to the show, Frat. Appreciate you
Yes.
tuning in. Doc, what you got?
Well, yes, I believe there has been an NFL coach because there are several female coaches that are specialty team coaches.
Right.
I think there may be even one that's an assistant running back coach.
Right.
So I know the answer is either B or C. So I'm gonna go with B.
You
You're going to go with B.
Yeah.
JB, what you
Okay.
going with, man?
I'm gonna go with,
Okay, wait a minute.
There's never been any black female coaches.
You're going to say D? JB. Uncle Brian had said, what did Uncle
He
Brian
said, I'm
say?
changing my
He's
answer.
changing his answer. So he's going from B. Uncle Brian, you messing up my paper.
Let me tell you, no one say what happened. Just because.
Uncle Brian cheating.
Yeah, look.
I can tell you.
Just because Uncle Brian done Google.
Right.
You know how that cat be doing this on the
Right.
board? I ain't gonna say that because Uncle Brian to start ragging. Don't start.
Right.
Okay. You ain't cheating, Uncle Brian.
Eli said C.
Eli said C.
KJ said 6. What?
He means C.
Do you mean C, KJ? Stop playing.
Raquel Moore, Rocky,
Raquel.
welcome to the show. Tuning in from Dallas, D-Town in the building, y'all.
got you,
Lockwood,
Eli.
Okay.
I got you, Eli.
Jay Friday, what you got, man?
Which one? What you think? What you think?
So I do believe there are female coaches.
Okay.
Now we don't
Got
have a
that.
head coach, but we have female coaches.
Okay.
So like he said, it is either B or C.
Okay. So which one?
I'm going with C.
Okay.
I'm
We go-
sorry. The answer is A, no.
The answer is A.
I'm
You
Not
gonna
that
saying
there
A.
are not any black coaches, but I'm saying no.
You're
A.
saying JB. Okay.
I'm saying A, no.
You're saying C. Okay.
Okay.
And what you got?
Man, this Autumn Lockwood, man. I'm going with Eli.
You going with Eli.
I'm
so
going with
that's
Eli.
C.
Eli, we in this together.
Charles.
AJ said B.
AJ said B. I got AJ. Okay, I got you. All right. It's Uncle Brian said no Googling. Uncle Brian, did you Google? Because you changed your answer.
Yeah, Uncle Brian, you get one answer.
Hey, y'all, man, we got a lot of people on the live. If y'all want to do us a quick favor, man, it's 6 degrees in
It's 6
Minnesota.
degrees. Oh,
in
man.
the Twin
Goodness, and
Cities.
we
So
are-
we
out here with
at
hats
this
on.
point, give me a T-shirt in Tulsa because it's definitely not
Right.
6
I know, right?
around here. All right, y'all. If y'all want to do me a favor, click share right now because we're going to get into a really, really important topic, something that's going to help a lot of people out. And Raquel said, I'm tuning in from Arkansas, my brother.
Okay.
Appreciate that. You know, we from the crib back in Arkansas. And Kev said, Eagles coach, he done broke it all the way down.
I know,
Let's
right?
see.
All right, so what we're going to talk about today, because there's been a lot of craziness going on, right, with this new administration that's
Right.
in, and it's like every day we are like inundated with information. It's like information overload, and some of the information is true, some of it's false. You got to fact check, or people are just thinking like, oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Y'all relax, it's not that serious. So what we're going to talk about today is mental and physical health during this new change of administration. I found an article that kind of talked about the fact that some folks will just find a way of adjusting their brains to the drama and the unpredictability, while others will just tune out. They'll just be like, I ain't watching, which I'm a tune-outer. I'm like, I just ain't watching the news. I'm not doing that. But they're saying that political anxiety has been building for years and that social media and these algorithms are also making people like really anxious, with this climate about things that are going on. They're even saying that mental health professionals say that people who don't even see themselves directly affected by the administration actions are feeling frazzled by the dizzying pace of Trump's, executive orders that are coming out and all the things that are happening with Elon Musk and all of that. So today we want to talk about and give people a little bit of hope or just some tools, Dr. Perdue, of what people can do. And I also found an article, but I want to hear you because you always be right on point.
Can we add this in? For whatever reason, we got like triple the amount of people that we normally have. People
wow.
from all over the country,
Yeah.
all in these different cities. So just give them a little bit of the credentials. Give them just who you are, where you're from, a little bit of that, and then we're going to roll into it.
All right. Andre Perdue. I am I've been in Tulsa for about 10 years now. So I'm the medical director of the neuroscience program at Hillcrest Medical Center, born and raised in Los Angeles, and did all my formative training at the University of California at Los Angeles, better known as UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a wonderful journey. So
Yeah.
Thus far. Who did you go for the Super Bowl? I'm just going to ask.
Philadelphia, man.
Oh, so you was in there.
Okay.
Then. You was ready. It was Philly. No questions asked.
I was tired of Kansas City.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Because the thing about it, man, people have been texting like, Charles, I wish, when y'all have y'all next medical report, y'all can talk about this because it's giving me anxiety. I got heart palpitations, my head, my ears is ringing and all. I was like, man, well, when the doc come, we definitely going to address this. So how is just somebody being in office, signing 1,500 executives off, letting prisoners out, he's a felon. Can that really mess with your brain like that?
Listen, it absolutely can, because we still look at our political leaders and community leaders as individuals that represent what is best for us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you're not going to vote for somebody and put them in office if their plan is going to be typically contrary to your own. So there's a feeling of helplessness, and particularly when you have someone who that's their agenda. Their agenda is to do as much chaotic stuff as possible. Almost look at look at my right hand. Don't pay attention to my left hand.
Right.
And so I think it's very important to unplug. I think it's very important. And I know Jay made the comment that, I try to, to get away from the process. I don't spend a whole lot of time watching the news. I tend to watch more local news than national news, because national news is going to be, depending upon what show you're watching, whether it's NBC or whether it's CBS or if it's Fox, is skewed.
Exactly.
We can't get really authentic news anymore unless you watch one of the off-brand channels that tends to, I think Scripps actually does a fairly good job of actually trying to give you a more kind of a holistic view. So, I understand the anxiety. And listen, we're going to be in this for 4 years. We 3 years and 312 days into this process.
Oh, you got a countdown going.
So listen, you know what? You can take one or two approaches. One, you can take the approach that, okay, oh, woe is me, the world's coming to an end. That's not going to help you.
Right.
Okay? If anything, you know what? It's important, particularly from a financial standpoint, see what some of these other folks are doing. Right. See what Trump is doing. See what Elon Musk is doing. You know what? If you can kind of, with our own little shekels, if we can piggyback some of that and put some more ducats in our own pockets, we should be doing that. Okay?
Right.
So be smart. And keep in mind, God is in control of everything. Okay, so there are many times that God's in control of stuff, and we're saying to ourselves, I don't really know what the plan is.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with your plan, but you know what? You know more than me. You are God Almighty. You are in control of all things.
Yes.
So you know what? Lean into that. You know what? Donald Trump is flesh and blood. His committees are flesh and blood. They're no better than we are. And so, with that being said, no man should have absolute control over anybody's life. So, what you decide to do with your life and to do at this time is really up to us. So, I really hope that we don't have a defeatist attitude about it. We do know the realization that this government is not going to help people of color.
Man,
let me say that again.
Okay.
Let me say that again. This government is not going to help people of color. So that means we, as people of color, have a responsibility to our own. Okay, and that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's emptying out their bank accounts and they're handing it out to everyone. But you know what? The decisions that we make should be based on the fact that what is going to be best not only for me but best for my community. Other communities do that. Other communities have been doing that, since they came across the Mayflower and these other boats to bring them here. So we should be thinking about that. But the notion of, hey, you know what, the world is coming to an end. No, the world's not going to come to an end. We'll get to the other side of this, and life will be different. But you got to make smart decisions in the things that we do.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Damali. So what do you do just personally? Because we deal with news and we out and we cover stories and all that. But what does Damali personally do to just keep yourself centered? With all of this news and all this stuff going on.
So for one thing is I unplug. Like I don't watch the news like that anymore. Just because it's just always something. And when I hear a piece of news that I feel is relevant to me, I go fact check it for myself. So I'm Googling and I'm trying to figure out, or, typically I might know somebody who's in, some position that might be able to give me the truth versus, so then now that relieves, that anxiety that you would, because it just creeps up on you. You don't want to be anxious, but it creeps up on you because you're just like, I don't know what's going on and I got kids and grandkids and, I want to make sure that they're okay. So I just think I just have to unplug. Yeah.
I guess we can jump on the live. Let's get, because they'll be like, Charles and Damali, y'all forgot about us. Let's hit a couple of those questions real quick.
So Uncle Brian says he's had to block a lot of people and their pages because a lot of people love chaos.
Yep.
Who else? No, they're still talking about nobody's talking about that's Uncle Brian's only.
Well, listen, I think it's an important thing is to get away from social media.
Yeah.
Right.
A pretty significant percentage of the reasons why we have the anxieties we have is because of social media.
Right.
It's real easy to go, to get on social media and throw something outlandish out there because there's no fact check.
Right.
People just can say any old thing. And you know what? And if you're running with what somebody's saying who knows less than you do, you put yourself in trouble. So, you know what? I do understand that there's a certain amount of just trying to stay updated in what's going on in the world. I get that. But you know what? There needs to be a certain amount of time that you unplug.
Yeah.
And you need to fact check the information, but particularly with this government, because you know what? They're talking out of both sides of their neck, the back of their head. They're talking out of their eyelids, talking out of between their toes.
Right.
So
everything is coming up.
Exactly. So you know what? You cannot assume that the information that you're getting is actually factual information.
I think my thing, one, I'll just say this. You can sign all the executive orders that you want, but it still has to go to Congress. So just relax, because he can sit and sign all. I can start signing stuff right here. So just know, just because he's signing all that don't mean this stuff is implemented here. It got to go to Congress, and Congress probably going to shoot down half of it. So one, don't, because a lot of people are like, man, mess my Social Security, mess with my money. People just going nuts and crashing out. Jay, has this affected you in any form or fashion, just, of that?
No. Like he said, I'm really, God has the last say so, and until the end, I will adapt, and I'm gonna survive. And my people are.
Yeah,
So,
that's what we've done.
That's
since
it.
we've been here,
Right.
From the beginning.
That's it.
So I found this information. You guys tell me if you agree. So they say to protect your mental state during significant government changes, focus on maintaining healthy habits, staying informed without getting overwhelmed, connecting with supportive people, and practicing self-care and seeking professional help if you need it, while acknowledging your emotions and adapting to the changing landscape as much as possible. What do you guys think about that?
I agree with that. I think that having a support group is important. You got to be careful that your support group is not just, screaming at the moon with all the negativity. That's not going to help you. But keeping each other uplifted, and making, have your own plans of how you want to go about your business financially, spiritually, socially, mentally, and then stick to those plans.
Yeah.
And don't necessarily, negativity. This government is going to be known as the government of negativity.
Right.
And so because of that, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to stew in that. Try to surround ourselves with positive people.
I love that. Charles, what do you think?
Man, I think we absolutely right on what we're throwing out there. I just glad we're able to have this, because sometimes people look to someone to help them out. And a lot of people's like, man, I don't want to look at the news, but can y'all check it for us? I just want to listen to World One Development News you can use. I'm like, oh, that's pressure.
Okay, right.
Right there.
You're stressing us out.
But nevertheless, we look into everything. I mean, we've been to the White House and done seen some of these processes and some of that stuff. Not saying that we know it all, but a lot of this stuff is just a lot of hoopla. Yeah. But I'll say, Dr. Fredu said the most important thing, all this smoke screen, I think, watch what's going on with the money. Yeah. If you want to see what's going on, just what they say, just follow the money. Because there's a lot of things going on with the money. So just leave all of that and just look and see what's going on with the market, with all these currency changes they're doing and all of that stuff, because they almost crashed everybody out just on that TikTok. Boy, when they shut TikTok, was it a week?
Yeah.
Man, people was crying. It was a few days, and it was a complete meltdown, seemed like, all over the U.S. just because of that. I don't have a TikTok, so I couldn't relate. But I guess if people make their money, now, if I was making 30 grand a month or 10 grand or two, then I might have crashed out with them.
Right.
But I'm not, you know what I'm talking about, Jay Friday? If I'm making 10 grand and you pull it, I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah. So, Jay, are you on TikTok?
I am.
Okay.
I am.
You like TikTok?
Not to where I feel like I'm need to. No,
not like that.
Yeah, right.
See, I'm on TikTok.
Right.
My nephew does, and he, makes a little bit of money on, doing TikTok. But I'm like, leave me out. I'm sorry.
I just ask you, Doc, and then we'll switch gears, Doc. So for people that can't, for whatever reason, because there are people that just really, it's just hard because they just feel like, some people are just, what's the word, hypochondriac or something like that. I'm not talking about y'all now. I'm just saying somebody. Yeah. But for people that do just get overly stressed, can these things lead to a heart attack or stroke and things like that?
You know what? If you increase your anxiety, you increase your stressors, and you don't have outlets, positive outlets, whether that's working out or whether that's walking, whether that is just communing with other positive individuals, it can absolutely have an adverse effect on your blood pressure, on your heart rate, on your blood sugar. And you know what? In our community, we already have those issues of elevated blood pressure and elevated blood sugar, things of that sort. So we need to be very mindful of that. As I've said many, many times on the show, know your numbers, know how your numbers are affected by stress. And if you know that, hey, you know what, listening to the news creates a great deal of anxiety for me, don't listen to the news. Yeah. Or if you need to stay informed, okay, listen, you know what, every Thursday is going to be the day I'm going to watch the news, and I can kind of prepare myself, but otherwise I'm going to be looking at other avenues that are less stressful. So, it's important for us not to necessarily bury our heads in the sand, but at the same time, have faith. God has a plan for all of us. Right. And even through this issue, even through this time that we're in right now.
Yeah. So Eli says, I'm numb to his foolishness. It's expected. So I'm no longer surprised by his actions. In saying that, I will not place my head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. Don't get mad. Vote. Don't eat bacon and watch Fox News.
Don't eat bacon. Welcome to the show, Aunt Dean. She's tuning in. Welcome to the show. Let me ask y'all this. Isn't it kind of funny that the things that you, because this is not a political show. We're not saying that. But does it seem like all of the crazy stuff that, Kamala was saying these things was going to happen. Yeah. Right. Michelle was saying this was going to happen. Yep. People were saying that. But isn't it actually kind of weird that it's actually happening just like pretty much almost like they said it? Mm-hmm. And now you living in it. And I think the thing that's a big alarm is a lot of people on TV and on social media, they crying because their education, they cutting funding. Mm-hmm. And now they want to vote for somebody else, but you can't. Mm-hmm. Because you kind of get what you asked for. Right. Yeah. They deporting people, they arresting people, and people, you just sitting back like, man, people was trying to let you know, what was going on. It's just so sad that social media and stuff like that could lead people there. Now that we're in the middle of it, now we all got to survive. But the thing about us, we used to survive and everything anyway. Right. Yeah. So we just kind of like, okay, let's ride out this storm. So hopefully next time around, that won't be the case. So y'all just hang in there. For me, what I do personally, I go to the gym more. I definitely look at the news less. I try to eat healthy. I go get my checkups. I'm going next month, So those are the things that I do. And I'm going to tell you another thing that is really, really good to do before we go to a quick break. Instead of looking at what's going on nationally, sometimes really what's going on in your city, your local election, and those things. That's really what's going to affect your school, your well-being, your health, and a lot of other stuff. So coming up next, we got another special guest that's going to give us an update. He just pulled up. I heard his tire squalling. I'm like, is that ice or he just driving fast? I'm not sure. Coming up next, we got our new mayor, Monroe Nichols. He's going to sit down with us. We're going to see how he doing in the city. Yeah. Right here on World One Development News you can use with Charles and Damali. We'll be right back, y'all.
36th Street North Event Center and 75 North presents Jay Friday and Friends Live, the Love in the Air Show, with special guests Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kevin Reynolds, Kobe Jordan, Demetrius Proctor, 75 North Band, and more. Friday, February 14th, bringing the city out for a night of love. So fellas, grab your significant other and meet us at the 36th Street North Event Center. VIP reserved tables include catered food, complimentary drinks, and Valentine's treats for her. Available for couples or groups up to 8 and on sale right now at J Friday and Friends V-Day.eventbrite.com. You can also get your general admission ticket at Starship Muse, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fashion Fever, and online at Ticketstorm.com. So don't miss it. J Friday and Friends Live, and it's gonna get real intimate. Valentine's night, February 14th. See you there.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night.
Bingo!
And the money right.
Bingo!
It's bingo night. Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night. Every first and third Thursday, starting February 4th, it's Bingo Night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo Night. Bingo Nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo Nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy Bingo Nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And Bingo Nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo Nights. Every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements. 36th Street North Event Center and 7 Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Childress and directed by Frank Gallagher, on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111.
KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
So we are back, and we are super excited because our third wheel is actually in the building.
Is in motion.
If y'all didn't know, if y'all remember, he was on the show, probably a couple times before the election, before he actually was voted in. And the thing that we talked about is if you didn't get into office, you were going to come over here and hang out with us.
We almost.
I'm telling you.
We almost had you.
You can still have me. Let me tell you something like that. We might need to adjust the days we on the radio or whatever,
Right.
but
Yeah.
y'all just tell me. Y'all let me know.
Okay, we got you.
Y'all let me know.
So how are you, Mayor?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good.
Yeah.
Starting to settle in. Team is growing. Got a couple of new folks who will come pretty soon. I know everybody's going to be excited about. Can't tell you who they are yet.
Yeah,
But what I will do is I will make sure that they both come on the radio and talk about their roles at the city once they are announced. But yesterday we launched the Office of Children, Youth, and Families.
I saw that.
We're getting in the game to make sure we're doing what we can on behalf of young people and vulnerable families. Today, when I leave here, I'm going to go talk about a new pilot program we're rolling out. It's a community builder program to fast track the process of rehabbing properties in neighborhoods for folks who are developed for affordable housing. So developed for folks who are at 60% of the median income, so about $34,000 and less.
Wow.
So we're trying to expedite that process for those folks as a priority, the goal being that we can get it that way for all housing that's done down in the future. But we know we got an affordable housing shortage. We've restructured the reporting, how people report at City Hall. So we have a huge restructure now in how we move departments around. We've created a new housing division.
Wow.
The deal is if you're going to get those 6,000 units out of the ground, you got to make sure there's a division accountable and responsible for it. So my senior advisor for housing is leading that work. Look, our goal is to get the 6,000 affordable units, 6,000 plus done in 4 years, and it won't happen on accident.
Right.
And so we are making sure we're making the decisions structure-wise, make sure that happens.
So let me ask the question. So right now it's really, really cold outside, and I know one of the issues that you talked about, and one of the on your platform you stood on was about homelessness.
Yeah.
How are we doing with the homeless
Yeah,
situation?
yeah. I mean, look, we still got a ways to go, but I'll tell you this: we have increased our alternative response team. So we got mental health professionals responding to calls that come in, as opposed to just sending law enforcement out there. So then we're making sure we're getting people the help that they need.
Right.
Where we still are behind and we're working on. When I got elected, the biggest challenge we had is the infrastructure wasn't there really at all. The shelter space, the low barrier shelter space, the kind of the residential care space, those things did not exist. And so we're working on those right now. And as soon as we get those online, the great news is we've not been waiting to build a plan about how do we do things like begin to decommission encampments. I walked into a meeting today. We now have on a map and data to show us where the encampments are across the city. And so once we get the residential care facility up, that's going to help us start that work. Because, my deal is you can't really move people from a spot if you don't have a place to put them.
That's right.
What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to make those people scatter in the neighborhoods and those types of things, and it's harder to actually find them to serve them. So we'll start that decommissioning process, and what'll happen is we'll be able to hold ourselves accountable for the data. So if we got 1,000, I'm not saying we have 1,000 because I don't know the number, I'll know soon, but just say for the sake of argument, we have 1,000 encampments out there, which I don't think we have that many, but we have 1,000 out there. Every single day and week, we're holding ourselves accountable against that 1,000, right? So if it's 100, we're holding ourselves accountable against that 100. So I'm not just saying, hey, we're doing this. I can show you all as citizens how we're reducing that number, and then how we're serving the people who are getting out of that situation at the very same time. That's what we're working on right now.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how has your schedule been, man? I'll be
It's
following you.
nuts.
It's
like it's just nuts.
Man.
It's nuts. It's nuts. But I mean, I think like right now, I think there's a couple things that, you're really trying to navigate. One, doing the job that people elected you to do, but also making sure that you're not, doing that with your head down in a closet, that you're going out, you're still doing the same thing, talking to people about issues, talking about how we're addressing them, also hearing from people about what their experience is. One of the reasons that I structured the staff and the team the way that I did is to give me some freedom to be able to do some of those things.
Right,
Now,
right.
they're only 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
I can tell you right now I'm using most of them. But I think the further we go along down the road, you also have more people who are engaged in real ways to work that's going on at the city. We just haven't been able to get there yet. So it's so many things we have to launch. Then people get to find their way into a partnership with the city. One way is going to be with the Office of Children, Youth, and Families. One way is going to be in the way we do this community builder program and housing overall. That's a team effort.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not just the city. We all have to come together, developers, investors, those of us who care about affordable. We all have to come together. So we all about to be on the same team.
Right.
So that reduces the amount of time you got to go out and tell people about stuff because we working together now.
Right.
Now y'all can go talk to people about what's going on. And I think that's what we're really trying to focus on is how do we right now make sure that people still understand what's going on, where we are in the process of the progress we're going to make. But then eventually, I think the greatest test is to what degree people are able to engage and be part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm really excited about.
Do you feel like with your platform, you are where you thought you would be at this point, a little behind, ahead? What do it's like I'm in now. What
Man, the most frustrating thing about getting started somewhere, whether you start in a business or whatever you're starting a radio show,
Right.
the first days are the hardest.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you just go into it knowing this is as hard as it's going to be, right? Because you're working, but the metrics of success are not as apparent. And so I was prepared for that. So my deal has been, are we still working? Do I feel like we're going to be able to hit our stride? And if all it takes is for us to have a facility on this homelessness stuff, that means we've done everything we need to do up to this point. If all it takes is for us to make the connections and get the outside investment to get the affordable housing out of the ground, then we're in good shape. If all it takes for us is to be able to create the table and the investment for people to engage and improve kids' lives, I can tell you I'm never satisfied.
Yeah.
But all the indications behind the scenes is when we get to 4 years from now, we will have 6,000 more affordable units done. When we get to 6 years from now, we will have ended homelessness and put 15,000 kids on the pathway to economic mobility. We are cooking, but for me, I'm like, everything ain't different yet,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And so you constantly have to remind yourself, this is, people say it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. This happens to be a marathon, but you have to sprint the whole time.
Yes.
And so you just
Yeah.
got to work on making sure you just don't get tired in the work that has to be done.
That's big to say that. And I'm going to ask one more question and pass it to Damali because she get warm when she ready to ask the question.
Yeah.
I can feel the heat. Y'all feel that?
Nana.
That little red there? Yeah, Nana. Yeah, see, Nana
Here
get
we
hot.
go.
You thought I was going to forget?
Here we go.
You thought I was going to forget? No.
Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna go way into it, but just like with this political climate, so many people are uneasy, like around the country. Yeah. Some people like in Tulsa. So how much of what goes on at the White House and all these executive orders and stuff flying all over the place, when you get back to as a mayor of Tulsa, how do the people or your city, I'll say that because you're the CEO of Tulsa, how are they shielded or protected, or how much does that affect their education, health, and anything else?
Man, I can't imagine the level of anxiety that a lot of people feel right now. When the Trump administration started, they was going to take away grants. I'm like, we got 40 some odd employees that are grant funded right now. Mm-hmm. Those grant dollars do everything from a public safety standpoint. That's how we pay for our rape kit testing backlog. That's how we invest in a lot of these community safety programs. So it's not just, people think these things are just fluff things. This is actually how we are making a community safe. And that, all of that to water quality, there's so many things in which we use some of those federal grants to our infrastructure, all these things, right? But I think the big thing for us has been, how do we create a climate in Tulsa where we're kind of bringing down the noise as best we can,
right,
and giving people accurate information, and then not responding to everything that pops up all the time,
Right.
but making sure that people feel good. And actually, this is one area, there's several areas, but this is one area where I have to say, because I think the immigration debate is among one of the highest things right now, and I really have appreciated the leadership of the Tulsa Police Department on this front. The police department's been really clear about what they do and what they don't do. I appointed, she just had her first official day on Monday, the first Latina deputy mayor in our city's history, the highest serving Hispanic Tulsan ever at City Hall. So we're also responding to those things by the things that we do, and the look of the administration. And I think what people see is what I hope they see is they see folks who are not erratic, no matter who else is erratic. Right. Folks who are really thoughtful and compassionate. And I hope that's a model, just how we treat each other. Because I think I say all that to say, that's how we're going to get through this, how we treat each other in this moment. Because we also got some big Tulsa issues coming up. Right. The issue of what to do about the harm that was done in the Greenwood district is a big deal. So we also are dealing with those things in real ways. The relationship between the native tribal governments and the state and the city. So there are all these things, and all of them speak to like who we are. It's not just regular issues. These are like who you are type issues. Right. And there's just a lot that we have to do over the next 4 years, and so you got to stay focused.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say this, and the one thing that I have appreciated about you since you have been in office is that it seems that you are very touchable and a reachable mayor. Even though you have all these big things to do, like the one thing that I have heard from community is that, man, he's just like a regular guy. He just got a big job, and so Uncle Brian, you actually attended Black History Saturdays on this past Saturday, and you came in and spoke. So I want to first say, Uncle Brian says it was a very great honor to meet Mayor Nichols. He said, I see in him that he is the real deal. With him at the wheel, I have hope for Tulsa again. Nice, so, and then my granddaughter was so excited to see the mayor. You heard him call me Nana because my granddaughter told him what she calls me, and so now I'm going to be called Nana by the mayor until he's out of office.
It's going to go on the whole forever.
Oh, God.
Talking about office. You still going to be Nana if I'm not married?
Right?
Either way it go. DJ Nana.
DJ Nana,
Coming to you live from KBOB 89.9 FM.
But that is one of the things, though, that everyone is saying, and so the fact that you have just been able to be there for community, because I think that that's something that we haven't felt. and not to knock the other mayors. I mean, you can only do what you can do.
That's right.
But I think that it's like your priorities and kind of how you're moving is intentional. So let me ask this: what did you think about Black History Saturdays when you were there, and what you saw, and how did you process that?
I thought it was amazing. I mean, I think right now, and I said in my comments, given where we are now in this state and in this country and the things that we are not supposed to talk to have a space where kids and adults alike can say, oh, we can learn about not only history, but what it means to us.
Yes.
And I said, when in those comments on Saturday, I said, these kids learn the greatness that runs through them. And they may not get that at school anymore.
Right.
And if they're not getting at school, there's other people who aren't talking about it. And what's great about Black History Saturdays, in my opinion, is not just what it is, but what it represents. It represents something that came on the heels of House Bill 1775, which was the first of its kind type of legislation. And in the face of that, we get together on Saturdays, we talk about Black history in a state that passed a law like that. So, I mean, I think it is just a great example of what has always set Black people, particularly in Oklahoma, apart from a lot of other places. I talked about, more Black towns than anywhere else in the country.
Yeah.
You talked about not just our history with the Greenwood District, but you think about Clara Looper, sit-ins before the sit-ins in North Carolina. Ada Lowe, Scipio Fisher, challenging separate but equal before Brown versus Board of Education. It's very much in us in Oklahoma to say, oh, y'all gonna make this hard for us? Don't worry. We'll keep going.
Yeah.
We keep going.
Yeah.
Let me add to this. My last switch gears. So I traveled with this young man, Jay Friday, and he sung the national anthem down there for the Miami Heat.
Miami
Yes.
Against the
Man.
Boston Celtics. It was kind of crazy, but I'm just going to switch gears, let him maybe get a chance to ask the question, because after he sang, he wore a jersey, and instead of putting his name on it, he put Greenwood on it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Got a
that.
standing ovation. It was kind of crazy in there. But then afterwards, they started contacting him because they started doing research on the name.
There you go.
And I just want to let you maybe express that a little bit. Then if you have a question for the mayor with that experience, then give you that opportunity.
He hit me with a quick one there. I
Yeah,
wasn't ready
yeah.
for that. I was listening to all the greatness that the plans that's getting ready to go on here in North Tulsa and Tulsa in general, man.
Yeah.
Right.
And I applaud this guy for that. He's
Yeah.
an amazing individual.
Yes.
But yes, so that experience was amazing. And I mean, to put Greenwood on my back,
Yeah.
it not only meant something to me, but to the entire community
Yeah.
as a whole. I mean, it was like, I mean, it was amazing. But then after I left, they didn't realize what I did in Miami. They had no clue what that meant.
Right.
Once they realized, because they was like, I wonder why did he put, because that's not his name.
Yeah.
His last name was Friday, so why did he put
Greenwood? What
So
is
they
that?
did some research on there. And Miami contacted me. The Heat actually contacted me and said, man, that story is bigger than you think. Like,
Yeah.
that is huge.
Yeah.
Like, that was something big that you did. And I mean, I mean, to be able to do that, it was like, it's almost history in itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what we were just talking about on the Black History Saturdays and what you just said. And again, the importance of kids from here, adults from here, everybody knowing about it, and then how you can go somewhere else, sing the national anthem, put that on your back, and now there's millions of other people
Yes.
who had no idea what that was about, who did research, and now you got that's pretty powerful.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's incredibly powerful. So I mean, it's crazy that we were just talking about Black history. Why is that important?
Yeah.
That's why it's important.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes, see the history of Tulsa is just so
Crazy.
unique.
Rich.
It's like it never
Crazy.
started running deep. But then I told Jay, well, we just got our first black mayor.
Yeah.
He said, right. He started texting like that cat that be on
Yeah.
tell him back. Also,
Right.
and then I think about it, Damali, because they're closer in age,
Yeah.
like than we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's good. But I
Don't
just
do
want to
us.
shout out you on that.
Absolutely.
Great job. But so you feel like the city as a whole, man, is treating you with a lot of love, or
I think so, but I also recognize at some point, and rightfully so, right? I think the problem sometimes we decide that we are going to criticize people we don't like, and we never going to say something bad about somebody we do like. I'm comfortable with people criticizing me even if they support me because that's part of the deal. Like,
Right.
you got to understand 411,000 people are counting on you to get it right, and everybody has diverse needs, and so like you can't get upset if somebody said, "Oh, you should have done something different." But what I will say is I have felt the love of this community no matter where I go. North, Deep South Tulsa, West Tulsa, East Tulsa, Midtown. It's been really refreshing to see people just excited about the future of the city.
Yeah.
Now, it does not mean that they don't have issues that they need addressed.
Yes.
Right.
And they are counting on those things to get taken care of.
Yeah.
But I think the spirit, I think we're in a different place right now. I think people are thinking about possibilities, not just the problems, but what we could do on the back of them. And so I think that's really exciting, man. It's a lot of fun. It's hard to go to the grocery store now, but it's a good thing.
Yes. You know what? I was going to ask you, so how's Gavin taking this all in?
Man, he don't care.
How old is he?
He called me today. I forgot we was out of school today. He called me today, asked if he go to his friend's house because they're going to go sit in the hot tub. I'm like, girl or boy?
Yeah, right. You got to do that dad question. Hold on.
But I was thinking, because I was like, what is he talking about? The other day? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
No, he's good, man. It's exciting for me. So, he tours MCL and football season. So now just getting ready to get back to play baseball again. But he has senior year left. He just had 2 colleges come talk to him about scholarships for football.
Yeah.
For me, our relationship is neat because, he doesn't have to jump around City Hall and do all that kind of stuff. I get to exist in his world. And I got to tell you, I'm just excited for where he's at right now. I'm really excited for him. I want him to ut his hair shorter, that kind of stuff. But outside of that, I'm just excited for him, where he's at, the young man he's becoming. And I'm most proud that both his mom and I made it to where he can be Gavin. He does not have to be the mayor's son. That's
awesome.
I'm more so Gavin's dad than he's the mayor's son, frankly. I mean, that's what I told all my friends. I said, my goal's always been that I exist in his world. He does not have to exist in mine, like in the same way. Like,
that is awesome.
Let's do this because we had he gave us a small time frame, so I'm trying to stick to that. I know y'all on the line, but he said he'll come back. Final question.
I've been back, baby.
Well, before you say that, Mom just said right on son mayor. So you're her son mayor.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So we'll say this.
Ramona's child.
Right.
We'll say this lastly, man. You're doing a lot for us, man. What can Tulsa do for you to help you to continue to do this great work,
Honestly, I think there's going to be some real specific ways as we move forward on the affordable housing, all this kind of stuff. But I think right now, there's somebody who said to me one time, the number one job of citizens in a civilized society is figuring out how we're going to live together. And I think if people continue to prioritize each other, it makes us safer. It makes us better off economically, but it also means we can weather whatever storms out in front of us. And what we know is that we got storms out in front of us. We don't know what those storms are. We know they're out there.
Right.
And I think how we treat each other in this moment and every other moment in the future will define the kind of city we are moving forward. So that's what people can do for me is keep treating each other with love and compassion.
Awesome.
Mayor Monroe Nichols, y'all, live here on KBOB 89.9 FM. He said he was coming to give an update. He did. We appreciate him coming by. He got to run now. We're going to take a real quick break. We're going to take a picture, and if you have a concern, we're going to find where you can send that concern to. And then we'll be right back. KBOB 89.9 FM. Send it to Nana Licious. We'll be right back, y'all.
I let that one go. I wasn't even going to say that. He said on the radio, too. He said, I did.
36th Street North Event Center and 75 North presents Jay Friday and Friends Live, the Love in the Air Show, with special guests Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kevin Reynolds, Kobe Jordan, Demetrius Proctor, 75 North Band, and more. Friday, February 14th, bringing the city out for a night of love. So fellas, grab your significant other and meet us at the 36th Street North Event Center. VIP reserved tables include catered food, complimentary drinks, and Valentine's treats for her. Available for couples or groups up to 8. And on sale right now at J Friday and Friends V-Day.eventbrite.com. You can also get your general admission ticket at Starship Muse, the 36th Street North Event Center, Fashion Fever, and online at Ticketstorm.com. So don't miss it. Jay Friday and Friends Live, and it's gonna get real intimate. Valentine's night, February 14th. See you there. Theater North presents Trouble in Mind, the hit stage play by Alice Childress and directed by Frank Gallagher, on a set where black actors rehearse under a white director and racial politics collide during a major Broadway production. Trouble in Mind illuminates the inner life of the true struggle of being a black actress. Critics say it's surprisingly funny, yet a deeply piercing look at the entertainment industry. Trouble in Mind features a star-studded cast you don't want to miss. Friday and Saturday, February 15th and 16th, and February 22nd and 23rd at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater. For tickets, visit TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless, and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support, and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike. Mike.
Guess what day it is?
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on News You Can Use.
Mike.
Yes,
And we
gotta
back.
get it in.
Damali
Get
the
it
mayor,
in.
he pulled up on us.
He pulled up on us. Listen, and he always pulling up. That's one thing I can say about him. And he always gonna be genuine, and he gonna tell you straight up what's going on.
Just like that. So
Yeah.
not only just us, but even the mayor, even the doctors, even the performers have a way to deal with what's going on in society. We're going to make it. All right, y'all. Kendrick Lamar,
Ah,
trash or treasure?
yes.
It's the question we got all around the world. There's been a lot going on with that. And News You Can Use going to give you our take on it. I'd rather start with an artist. Because it's an artist right here.
Yes.
Then we're
Come
going to
on,
start with
Jay.
the artist.
Jay, what you got? What
Super
you think
Bowl
about?
halftime show, man. What you think about it?
It was okay.
Originally.
Originally.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I
Said originally.
then when I did I started looking into it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was amazing, actually.
Amazing,
It was
right?
actually amazing.
killed it.
Like I said, at first, originally it was okay.
Yeah.
Then it was deeper. He said it. This is deeper than rap.
Yes.
Right.
It is, and
Yep.
it was amazing performance. It was.
He killed it.
Yeah.
He killed it. That's what.
Yeah.
He
killed
Was
it.
this like the first time a hip hop artist was on the main stage at the Super Bowl? I'm trying to make sure I got
as
my facts right.
a solitary artist.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
because everybody remembers when at SoFi a couple of years ago when you had Snoop and you
and all
had
that.
Dre
Yeah.
and Eminem.
Yeah.
Okay, well the thing is that when you have that number of artists, each one of them individually can have 2 or 3 songs,
Right.
Yeah.
which takes up about 2 or 3 minutes.
Right.
He actually had. He did 12 songs.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had he did all the production. Most of the time, other people are doing the production.
Right.
Yeah.
And each one of the songs, he had a specific production for.
Right.
So it was off the chain.
Yeah.
It was off the chain.
DJ JB Smooth, the most viewership ever for a Super Bowl,
Yes.
eclipsing Michael Jackson and the glove and the shoes and
Yep.
the flood and all and the moonwalk. What would you think about it, JB Smooth? You're a music extraordinaire.
Yeah.
Trash or treasure?
I just think, America is so unloyal sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody was with Kendrick getting chosen to do the Super Bowl, and then as soon as the performance was over, everybody was trashing him because they didn't understand, and just because they didn't understand what was happening, you know, I think they just kind of turned their back on him that quick. That's how unloyal a lot of Americans are.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of explanation and dissecting of the performance for people to understand what happened. And ultimately, man, it made me cry, man, because that's the first time you see hip hop on that stage by itself. Nobody behind you.
Right.
It's just you.
Yeah.
And you carrying the show. He's got a point to prove. SZA's Drake's ex-girlfriend. Serena's Drake's ex-girlfriend. It's obvious that Kendrick had an axe to grind. And he came out and proved his point. I like Samuel L. Jackson for what he did playing Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam, that was crazy.
And the messages that came out through that was just, you know, it was phenomenal. Everything Kendrick did was so precision, and it was like kind of like when you go to war. You got everything planned out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what
So
happened.
you saying he was a Trojan horse?
Yeah.
Came on into the stadium, and when he got out to get, except he got out of a cutlass.
Yeah.
And jumped on the hood.
Grand National.
Yeah, instead of the Trojan horse. So,
But that's Gen X, and I think that's the problem right there. A lot of people don't understand Generation X, and that's what was what they call the lost generation. So when someone doesn't understand what they do, they tend to just bash it or not get an understanding of it, and that's what happened. In a nutshell.
Y'all let us know on the live, trash or treasure, and why Doc you was about to say something.
Well, listen, you know what? The thing that I like about him is that he is authentic to himself. So you know what? You don't have to like my art.
Right.
I like my art, and I'm willing to put myself out in my art. And hey, he killed it.
Yeah,
he killed it.
So Uncle Brian says that was 100% treasure.
Absolutely.
Kimmy says 100%. Cecil says that was a revolution. Right. So let me just give you guys a few facts.
I'm just going to tell them on the live, y'all keep saying trash or treasure and why. We want to know that because people been saying all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Damali, give them the facts.
Okay, so Kendrick Lamar's 2025 Super Bowl halftime show is now.
Let me let JB switch it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 2025 Super Bowl halftime show is now the most watched of all times. The show had 133.5 million viewers, drawing a larger audience than the Super Bowl itself.
And was better.
Wow. And and was better, right? Wow. And Michael Jackson's legendary 1993 halftime show.
That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Super Bowl 59 attracted a record audience of 127.7 million people. Okay, so that's the fact on that. Now, let's just break down just a couple of hit messages. I know we're running quick on time. Okay, so Uncle Sam was representative of Uncle Tom. So for those of you who don't get the core, if you missed it, then that's what that was. The characterization was one that offered a different narrative of what patriotic Uncle Sam is. It's normally depicted as a white man. And what the white man looks like, okay?
Yeah, he was representing Trump, who was actually in the audience.
Right, exactly.
As a black man.
Exactly.
Everything that he said was exactly what Trump would have said.
So you guys got to read between the lines. So we're going to break this down a little bit. Okay, the revolution. Lamar speaks of the revolution, telling the audience that the revolution is about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. That line was in reference to Gil Scott Heron's 1971 poem, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, which argues that change does not come from corporations but individuals, and that the media will not showcase the violence of racism. That's what that means, okay? Then the third one was mass incarceration. If you know anything about Kendrick Lamar, you know that he kind of speaks about this periodically.
Right.
So as the rapper and his all-black dancer spun around the field, it soon became clear that they were performing in a prison yard. Did y'all get that?
Yep.
Y'all get that?
Especially the sky view when you look down.
When the sky view, when you look down.
Go.
Yep.
The set was designed to highlight the issues of mass incarceration and racial disparities of those behind bars. Black Americans are incarcerated at a much higher rate than white Americans, even for the same crimes. Number 4, the American flag. At one point, the lineup, the dancers all bent forward, lifting their backs in the air. Many on social media theorized that the move was meant to indicate how America was built on the backs of black Americans during slavery.
Wow.
Shortly after that, the dancers separated, standing in 2 groups on either side of Lamar. The images of the divided flag seem to speak to political divisions around the nation, to which Lamar alludes with the line, "It's a cultural divide." Number 5, 40 acres and a mule. Basically, we all know what that means.
We know that.
There's a line in reference to reparations promised to black Americans following the end of slavery. The promise was never fulfilled, and order is often raised in conversation around reparations for black Americans.
I need to know about Serena Williams because she was kicking it.
And last but not least,
She was looking good, though. I don't know what was
was
going on.
looking
No, I'm just
good.
making-
Yeah,
She did look
she
good,
was
though.
fine. She was
Coming
fine.
out of Compton from back in the day.
She was looking good.
okay, Serena Williams. Williams' appearance was a direct diss to her ex-Canadian rapper Drake,
That was
the
it.
subject of Not Like Us. She was crip walking. The move, a series of intricate foot movements, was created by Crips, a predominantly black gang from Southern California. Williams, like Lamar, is from Compton, a city with deep hip hop roots. But her performance Sunday harkened back. See, we talk about it's deeper than that. Harken back to her 2012 victory over Maria Sharapova at the Olympics. The tennis superstar faced major criticism for her dance
she
that
did it.
year,
She did
with
the
some
C-walk
calling
dance, too.
She
the
did it.
move
She did.
tasteless and crass, as others accused her of glamorizing gang violence. Supporters of Williams accused those critics of being biased and even racist. So those were some of the takeaways.
There you go.
Okay.
And that's the beauty
But
of tuning in. Come on.
there was a TV commercial with a white guy crip walking in it, and they didn't say nothing about
Nobody
that.
said
so,
anything. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is.
So, and so Eli says, at the moment, hold on, I lost it really quick. Uh-oh. I think I lost
When we
it.
say
Hold on,
sea
Eli, we'll
walking,
get
how
back.
about
Uncle Brian said Kendrick Lamar showed how we can wield a sword like a precision surgeon, like a surgeon going and that's just cutting them.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty deep. I guess what's your take on it now, Jay Friday? Now that we just kind of threw that out there
I mean,
a little deeper.
So, like I said, it's at first it was, it was okay. I enjoyed it, but once I really got the understanding of it, oh my God, it was amazing. Like and everybody
It took a
needs
lot of courage to get there and do that.
It's not too many that's going to do that, especially on that platform.
Because
Like,
because the industry doesn't want our young people to hear that message. It's just like Black History Saturdays.
Right.
They really don't want that televised.
Yeah.
Especially on the national level with the NFL Super Bowl game. For him to do that, he's going to lose a lot of support from some people, from the higher ups in the industry.
Yeah, he might, but that 100 and almost 40 million people, you
Yeah.
can't
They
like
seen
unsee it now. So
Yeah.
what he did, and my thought is, if the mission and the goal was to bring us together, it brought about conversation, like we talking about it
Right,
now,
right.
and hopefully that continues.
So, and I'll just say this, just the last thing on Kendrick Lamar's performance. This was actually written by someone in the Super Bowl world. And what they said was Kendrick Lamar's halftime show was a masterclass in storytelling, blending personal narrative with broader cultural and political themes. Through deliberate symbolism and performance choices, he offered a nuanced commentary on identity, society, and his place within both.
I'm only going to ask, why was he not supposed to maybe perform They Not Like Us, JB, you know?
Because it's an direct diss at Drake, and Drake's lawyer team,
stuff.
attorneys, sent cease and desist, and they didn't want him. The song became so huge that it just, every time you hear it, it's everything about it is a direct shot at Drake.
Yeah.
And Drake, if you look up and ask where's Drake at, well, Drake is nowhere to be found right now.
He's in Australia.
You'll see him in clips and little videos here and there, but you don't hear songs from him. You haven't heard anything from him in the last year besides the responses he tried to come at Kendrick with.
Man.
And as far as an album or a tour, he's just riding the wave off of what he's done. So Drake has to do something phenomenal to come back,
Ooh,
to even have a chance of coming back. Because, like I said, we live in a country where the people are so unloyal sometimes that once they stop messing with you or stop following you or what you do, or when you're not valuable to them anymore, they forget about you.
Yeah. Go to the live real quick, Damali. We'll switch gears to the next one. Appreciate everybody.
Okay, so Eli said it was slow and lacked energy at the moment, but it's a winner because Damali is talking about it several days later.
Damali made it the winner.
Yes. Cecil Parker said he also got a Grammy for the diss song. So
He got 5 Grammys for
And
the
if
song.
you missed that part, then that was my favorite part because like he wasn't gonna do it. Then Samuel came out and boom.
Nope,
so
yeah.
I got It's So Clean too. So if you go to Charles Lamont, my Instagram, my Facebook page, it's clean and it shows Serena Jam.
They sent the letter too right before the game.
You're talking about the only artist who has ever won a Pulitzer.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Come
that's
on.
true. Yeah.
So that lets you know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
What level
And
he
see,
on?
and Drake should have thought about that before he
That's what I'm saying.
before he engaged.
Exactly.
He engaged the wrong brother.
It's
There
a
you
product
go.
of Dr. Dre. I mean, when you talk about Kendrick Lamar, you talk about people like 50 Cent, Anderson .Paak. Who else has Dr. Dre put on the scene?
He put Eminem on the scene.
Eminem,
Yeah.
some of the greatest
Put
hip hop
Snoop.
artists.
Yeah.
But
Anybody he's put on.
But you know what? Kendrick is different than all of them because of the fact he has the background of Black Panthers like Tupac.
Yeah.
But his ability to put all of that into his music is unlike anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is
Yeah.
right there, Doc.
Yeah.
All right, we back at
hey.
Damali. I'll say.
All right.
Go ahead. Let's go.
All right, so Kimmy says he's brilliant, hands down. He made us proud. He represented us in such a way that it made history. Now, that's how you use your platform. It was definitely bigger than Drake.
Amen.
Trojan horse style. Let's
Yes.
go. Do you have your real ID?
Okay, so guys, we've been talking about the real ID
you
for
guys
a
really get
while
it.
now. And so for those of you who don't, let me just give you a little bit of information, and I'm going to say this quick because it's really important and you guys need to know it. So Real ID came to be by a Congress passed in 2005 the Real ID Act as a result of the 9/11 Commission's recommendation that the federal government set standards that issued regarding the issuance of sources of identification such as driver's licenses. That means that certain federal agencies such as TSA or the Transportation Security Administration or DHS won't be able to accept state-issued forms of identification without the Real ID seal. And so it's going to limit access to federal facilities, boarding federally regulated commercial aircraft. That means you can't get on a plane or entering a nuclear power plant. I really don't think we're going to a nuclear
We
power
don't do none
plant.
of that.
But
We just need to get that ID.
So you need to get this done before May 7th.
Right.
It is not a game.
Something tells me they're going to extend it again.
I don't know. I think this time it's like this is the end of the road. Yeah, they have extended it about 3 different times. I think this time is probably going to be it, but we don't want to wait until the last minute to find out.
All I'm gonna say is watch going in and out of the country. 'Cause
Yes.
If you go out the country,
Yes.
and you don't have your real, you could really end up in another country, and you don't know what may happen.
Right.
So they might extend it, they might not.
But get your
But
stuff.
at least get it before you go out of this country. I just don't want that to happen to anybody. What we got next?
Right. All right. So Black History Trivia is what's up next.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Has a black female NFL coach ever won the Super Bowl? If so, who was it? Was it A? Is the answer A, which is no? B, yes, Jennifer King. C, yes, Autumn Lockwood. Or D, there are no black female NFL coaches. Now, JB said A, which is no.
To the Super Bowl win, no. Yes.
And AJ and Doc said B, which is yes, Jennifer King. Michael, KJ, Brian, Eli, Raquel, Jay Friday, and Charles all said C, which is yes, Autumn Lockwood. And Patricia and JB, did you say 2 answers? You said D
I
at
said
first.
A. I said D at first. I
I
changed it
put
to
D.
A.
Okay. And then Patricia said D, which was there are no black female NFL coaches. Well, the answer is, if anybody else, she said Lockwood just won. If you said C, you are absolutely correct. Autumn Lockwood is the Philadelphia Eagles performance coach and made history as the first black woman coach to win a Super Bowl.
What's a performance coach?
What is a performance coach?
You doing the trivia question?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you come to me. You
This
answer
was a
trivia
trick
question.
question.
Yeah.
It wasn't a trick question.
I thought you were talking about like a coach from the coaching staff.
She is on the
She's
coaching
on the coaching
staff.
staff.
She's a
She's on it.
She's a performance
Well,
coach.
I think
Performance goes
performance
into-
coaches probably are involved with doing specialty drills
Yeah.
for specialty.
Right.
Specialty
Low
units.
on the coaching.
Right.
No, she's important.
She's still a
Yeah,
coach.
if you on the coaching staff, you are.
Yeah, she's still a coach.
Yeah.
And so I also wanted to mention this really quick, that Jalen Hurts has an all-female management team.
Yeah.
Everybody on his team.
From
and
Tulsa.
Nicole Lynn actually went to Booker T. Washington with
Watch
my
out
daughter.
now,
She
watch out now.
graduated
Yeah.
with my daughter. So shout out to Nicole, because we remember her. She was a cheerleader at Booker T. And we remember her talking about, I'm going to college, I'm going to become a lawyer.
She's big
and we're
time
like,
now.
okay. And so now she is a
She has a sports agency
Yeah, she has a sports agency.
called Clutch.
Clutch. That's right, Clutch Sports.
We up on it.
Yeah,
Man,
and
JB,
so-
we on it today. We
Yes.
on it. We
Yes.
up
So
She's a
shout
sport
out
agent
to
for
her.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen
She's
Hurts, yeah.
his agent.
And everybody on his squad.
Got him a lot of money too, from what I heard.
Yeah, 500 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nicole. I know that bank account is nice too.
Yes,
Real
yes.
stuff.
So, that's amazing, just to be able to know
Now-
the Tulsa connects.
You remember we was gonna give away some tickets to the bingo
Yes.
for the first person that got the answer right. So who was the
Yes.
first person?
The
if you like-
first person was Michael Brewer.
Man, Michael been winning everything. He
Yes.
got a cocktail. Now Michael, the Eagles won. Michael, what you got the rabbit foot? Bring me
Yes.
the rabbit foot, Michael. Since stop hating.
Uncle Barry says stop hating.
So it's the first
JB.
two because it's,
Okay, so Michael, he's gonna get bingo cards, and then let me see, KJ and Brian were the next two.
we got to go with Uncle Brian because KJ not coming from Minnesota.
No, what are we giving away?
We give it so it's when you play bingo you get a card and
Right.
they're
We
like
giving
$25.
away two?
We giving away two. So
Okay.
Michael
Uncle
get
Brian.
one and Uncle Brian. If y'all don't play bingo, give it to me because I watched them give away $500. Jay Friday was there.
Yeah.
Beast Move was there. Damali was there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
we had
there.
a blast.
Dr. Fred, I'm winning my money. I ain't got time to be playing. I watch $500 go out. It'll be next Tuesday.
Right.
Y'all heard the
I'm
commercial.
not mad at you.
That part. All right, so we're giving away those two bingo packs.
So Michael Brewer and Uncle Brian get with us on next Tuesday. What's that date? The 18th?
The 18th is the next bingo night at the 36th Street North Event Center,
Doors
1125 East 36th Street North. Doors open up at 6. First game starts at 7, and we go to 9.
So we'll meet you there at the desk.
Yes. All right. What's next? Upcoming events, right? All right, I think I messed up my papers. I got them out of, oh, here we go. Okay, upcoming events. So, Soul of Sunday with Corey D happens every Sunday from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. on nycu.fm and on Facebook at nycu.fm and Corey D. Taylor and Charles Lamont and Damali Wilson.
Yep,
so you
yep.
can check it out there. EduRec is gearing up for spring break camp, and we will be having a curriculum for Black History Saturdays as part of our spring break camp. So get your kids signed up at edurectulsa.com/camp. Tulsa Juneteenth is having a model casting call February 27th from 12 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at the Fly Loft, located at 117 North Boston Avenue. So if you want to model, go out there and be a part of that modeling casting call.
I might get in there. You know what I'm talking
You
about?
could.
I might get in there.
I think you should.
A little bit. Jay, what you think, man? A little modeling? Jay, I know you like can model the way you be dressed with them hats on, man. A hat.
I've been working on my muscles.
Yo.
Getting the muscles.
I've been working on my muscles, so yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
sounds
think
like a good
that- yeah.
idea.
That's good stuff right
That
there.
is too funny.
Oh, the next one is a big one.
All right, the nationwide economic blackout. Now, okay, you guys listen to me. JB, turn the music down just a little bit because I want to make sure everybody hears this. There is going to be a nationwide economic blackout on February the 28th. What that means is we do not buy nothing unless it is from a small business. That means no food, no gas, nothing from a major chain store, nothing like that.
Wait a minute, did you say food?
No food.
I'm just trying. That's
You're going to have to go to the grocery store the day before and cook at home.
She said black business.
Oh, but you can go to a black business.
Oh, one of the J's, I'm on the way. When you said no food, I'm like, I might miss this whole movement. If we eating, go ahead. I'm in. I know we see
Yeah, so we want to make sure, because what we need to do is we want the economic impact of our community to be felt. So if we're not spending our dollars, we want you to see what our money does
Right.
in this community.
Right.
So we want everybody to commit. February 28th is the last day of Black History Month, so let's make a statement.
Right.
Okay?
That's my daddy's birthday.
That's your daddy birthday?
Oh, so
Okay,
that's
get
really
your daddy
motivation.
birthday cake the day before.
Right.
Okay?
Well, no, we
See
gonna
what
make him a
happens when
cake.
they-
We're going to make him a cake.
Yeah,
okay?
we gonna go to Miss Janet and she'll make a cake and
That
we'll
part.
just eat it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, when they showed
Oh,
the
she got some
numbers,
bomb cake,
when they
too.
showed the numbers of what we do at Target,
That
it was
is
astronomical.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So one
Amazon.
or 2 days, or
Amazon.
Amazon, 1 or 2 days of us not spending is like hundreds of millions.
Yes.
That's how much. But if you want to make people get right, they'll call Trump and say, Trump, we off the DEI,
Trump, we don't want none
DEA,
of that.
everybody back.
Right,
because
right,
because
right.
every day we do that. They show like a day of, man, a week is like hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
So I like that. So
Yes.
circle the 28th on your calendar.
No, don't spend any money anywhere unless it's with a Black-owned business.
No
Okay?
problem.
Yes, ma'am.
Share the information. We have on our Facebook page. I have a flyer up there. Share it all over the place so that everybody knows, that they need to be doing that on the 28th. All right, the Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated Phi Beta Zeta chapter is looking for vendors for its Finer Womanhood Financial Empowerment and Literacy Luncheon, which is going to take place on March the 8th, 2025. If you're interested in setting up a booth, we have posted a QR code on our Facebook page for you to reserve your spot. The booth starts at $50. The African Experience 3.0 is going to be happening March the 29th at the 36th Street North Event Center. It is a fundraiser to support Youth for Charity Missions in Kamuli, Uganda. It's a party with a purpose. And so you guys, if you would like to donate, you can go to world1development.com / no, I'm sorry. It's Edgerek. EdgerekTulsa.com / Uganda-missions to go ahead and make your donation. And then on Tuesday, yesterday, there was actually a election that took place for Tulsa Public School Board's District 3 seat. There were 4 people that were in the running, and we want to give congratulations to Kyra Carby and Dory Simmons. They are the final 2. That's going to be running for that seat. The general election is going to be taking place on April 1st, 2025. So during this time, we want you guys to go and do your homework and your research because our kids are depending on us. They're counting on us to make the right decision for that seat.
And we're going to try to get them in here, man. I know Kara.
Yeah.
I don't know Dory. We'll see. But we'll get them both in to see their platform, what they're trying to do for our kids because it's important. Because we're not going to tell you who to vote for. But
Yeah.
we're going to get you the information.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Okay, and then birthdays. February the 12th, we have Tracy Gibbs and Jan Johnson.
Hey,
Yes.
happy birthday.
Happy
That's
birthday,
right.
sisters. On February 14th, we have Chuck Jones.
Man, that's the only person's birthday?
The only person that I know.
Just
Yeah.
like that. All right, well, before we go, Jay, tell the people. Oh, my bad.
No.
Tell the people about your event on Friday, man. We done kind of announced we done did the commercial, but
Got you. So Friday, February 14th, we are having the Valentine's Day concert
Yes.
featuring myself, Joe Dyer, Tiffany Bennett, Kobe Jordan, Kevin Reynolds, and my cousin Dee Dee.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So it's gonna be a great event. A lot of love in the air. It will be catered by
Chef Jay, I
Chef
talked to him just
Jay.
yesterday.
Yeah.
5-star, 4 diamond, 4
Yeah.
diamond, 5-star. Either
From
way, it
the
goes good
neighborhood.
food.
From the
Whatever-
neighborhood.
From the
whatever
neighborhood.
it is, you gonna eat.
You gonna eat and eat good.
Yeah, so it'll be an amazing event. Also, we are selling tables. We will have some comedy with my guy Duke Durant. We
Oh,
will
God.
also have live performances and a live band. It's gonna be amazing. It's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna be fun.
amazing. Yes. So I would love for you guys to come out and enjoy yourself. And if you need to get out of the doghouse, I'm telling you, this is perfect. This is the perfect event for it.
Right.
Or if you want to stay out of the doghouse,
Right.
Show.
Hey, either way.
Either way, we gonna take good care of you. So
Yeah.
hey, come on. And then it wouldn't be possible without 36th Street North Event Center. And it's
Yes.
listen, when they put it together, they put it together. Listen, my sister Damali, she will come and turn it into whatever experience you want. And this is gonna be very, 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 very. What do you call that?
Elegant.
Let's say that.
It's
Yeah.
love in the
Elegant.
air.
Love in the
It's
air. Love in the air. So when you come in, it's gonna be red carpet. And when
Yes.
you get in there, it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna have JB Smooth in the building, so it's gonna be nothing but great vibes. We're gonna have Charles and,
Hey, I'm there.
everybody's gonna be there.
And Angie me and Angie are teaming up to do the decor.
Yeah, right.
So it's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
We gonna,
It's gonna be a
Are
good
these
time.
for couples, singles, complication? No, I'm not going.
all that.
Don't-
So, but it's for the single. We have single tickets, and we also have couples tickets.
Okay.
We need to see you guys there.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun though.
Oh, yeah, it's
So we
gonna
went
be
to
amazing.
your event a few weeks ago, about a month ago
Right,
now,
right.
and it was fun. We had a
Right.
blast,
Yeah.
with some of these same artists. Very surprised by Didi.
Right.
Totally shocked me.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he did a phenomenal job.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to it. So you guys, you need to come out.
Final thought, Doc, before you go, man. Good to see you today. Today's your day.
Yes.
It's the medical report. Leave the people with something.
Hey, just I understand all the anxiety and stressors that are out there, but keep in mind, God's in control of all. So
Yes.
we're
yes.
gonna be all right.
We're gonna be.
We've
just
been
fine.
all right for the last 400 plus years.
Right.
So we gonna
better
be
say that.
That's right. We gonna be all right.
Yes.
As
Jay,
Kendrick Lamar would say, we gonna be all
gonna be
right.
all
We gonna
right.
be
Yeah.
all right.
Right.
That's
Final
it.
thought.
Final thought, man. It was great. Listening to him, listening to the Tulsa's very first black mayor.
Yeah.
It was amazing. This was amazing. So
Yeah.
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 Final thought, DJ JB Smooth.
Stay sucker free out there. That's it.
Damali, what's your final thought? Because we getting ready to go.
Final
Let Damali
thought.
put the camera on so you can have your moment with the light on.
Final
your
thought.
head.
There's a lot of great things going on in Tulsa. We have a lot of great talent right here in our own community. Let's go out and support that. Let's nature and let's water the seeds that we have in our own community. Because without the history, and the backs of the ancestors that we're standing on, we wouldn't be able to do some of the things we do. Like the opportunity for you to go to Miami, and that wouldn't be possible. So just go out and support. Show up for Tulsa and North Tulsa in particular.
Amen.
All right, my final thought, man. We had black history. We had black excellence in here today. So, Jay Friday,
yes.
thank you, man.
Yes,
You just got back in time from Florida
yes,
yesterday.
yes.
You still pulled up Dr. Perdue. He was on call today. It was
Yes.
ice, but he said, you know what? I'm
I'm in
showing
this
up for my
thing.
people in the community. JB, he got his camouflage hat on. That means he in rare form.
Yeah.
He ready.
He ready.
Damali, you rolled out, so we didn't let the cold
Yeah.
weather stop us
That's it.
from
Yeah.
serving our people. So, shout out to Uncle Bobby, KBOB 89.9 FM. We got to go.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Yes.
From
Happy
us to
Valentine's.
y'all.
Yeah.
Love is in there. One of my favorite times of year. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there.
Yeah.
All right. Please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio to continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Service. Send that to 1216 North Lansing Avenue. Sweet D, we moved on up to
We
Molly.
did move up.
Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106. All the love on the live. I appreciate y'all. Everybody said they
Yes.
enjoyed the show.
Yes.
We enjoyed y'all too. But we got to go. This has been News You Can Use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
If you would like to advertise or promote your events or business on our show, make sure you inbox us at Facebook at World One Development on all social media. It's been World One Development's News You Can Use with Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, opinions, thoughts, rare expressions of wildness, and anything else that go with this show belongs solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to the station, organization, committees, other groups, or individuals like Dr. Perdue or Jay Friday, and associated with KBOB 89.9 FM, Eden Media Services, World One Development, News You Can Use, and of course NYCU.FM. Y'all have a great day. Any last thoughts, guys?
They not like us. Oh,
okay.
I'm just different in my spirit. Once he did it, everybody
Calm down.
co-signed it.
Calm down.
I
Kenny.
almost started doing this.
Jay was getting there with me.
Serena Crip walk.
Okay,
I almost got
like-
up and
We love y'all.
We love you
Hey,
guys.
click, share.
Happy Valentine's Day. If you got the special one out there, make sure you join us this Friday night. A special day of love with Jay Friday, the 75 North Band.
Yes.
Bunch of super friends. It's going to be a really upscale, intimate evening of R&B. And, of course, lots of love in the air.
Yes.
Got something special for the ladies, special candy and roses and all of that.
Yeah.
So if you didn't have nothing on your calendar, put this one on it, and we're going to be in the building, y'all.
We gonna
And shout out to our Oklahoma City friends as well. If you're in Oklahoma
Couples
City,
and
couples and
cocktails.
cocktails.
Yep.
Keith Washington for the more mature adults.
Yes.
is going to be at the Delta Hotel.
Keith Washington
For
gonna be
complete
there.
details on that, go to couplesandcocktails.com. All right, happy Valentine's weekend to all you lovers out there.
Yes, see
Fellas,
y'all later.
if you doing something else and you in trouble and you
Get it
need
right.
to get out the
We
doghouse,
gave you 2 events.
we gave you two events to go get tickets to. You will not be disappointed with either one. Happy holidays. Y'all have a great day.
All right.